I'm David Woolf from the University of New Hampshire Interoperability Laboratory. I'm going to be talking today about NVMe interoperability, something that's really important for this technology and fundamental to the work that we do here at UNH-IOL.
Interoperability, in a simple sense, is that a product or solution works as expected. A deeper look at interoperability means that all the components, software, and management of a solution work together to ensure proper integration and operation.
Why is interoperability important in this technology of NVMe?
Interoperability is critical to NVMe Express technology, so OEMs, integrators, and end customers know all tested components, drives, and systems will work together. The UNH Interoperability Lab's testing is a valuable resource that suppliers all use to certify their products for NVMe compliance.
NVMe has a variety of different use cases and features, but maybe we could just start with one simple example to show why interoperability is important. Let's say someone purchases a desktop system to use for work. They have it at home or maybe in their office, and they put an NVMe drive in it when they purchase it. Let's say it's a 512 gigabyte drive. Then after a couple of years, they say, I need some more space. I want to upgrade. Because of all the work that's gone into NVMe interoperability, that person can be confident they can go out on the market, buy just about any NVMe drive, bring it home, plug it into their system, and it's going to work with relative ease. And so it's a very simple process to upgrade the storage capacity in their system. Now, that's a relatively simple example if we think about a system that someone has in their home or office. But now think about that same kind of issue, perhaps upgrading capacity or perhaps replacing a failed drive in a data center environment. In this case, I'm not just replacing a drive or adding capacity in one system. I'm doing that across thousands of systems. And perhaps because of the volume of drives that I'm using in my data center, I'm purchasing drives from different companies in order to get the number of drives and purchase the capacity that I need. I also might be buying different types of drives for different workloads. Maybe I'm buying some drives with a particular type of flash memory in it that's very high performance. Or I may be purchasing drives purely for their capacity, thinking that I'm going to write once and then perhaps read many times. And so when we think about all these different use cases, interoperability becomes very, very critical. And it's incredibly important for someone that's running a data center. What NVMe interoperability gives us is across all these different use cases, across all the different types of features for data storage that the NVMe protocol has, the NVMe interface itself is the same. It is interoperable.
NVMe Express continues to innovate with new features and capabilities. As you'd expect, compliance testing evolves to support these changes. NVMe Express and the IOL have a continuous program for adding tests for new features and exercising them at plugfests. NVMe Express member companies help by providing product samples to enable early development of interoperability tests.
So there's a lot of optional features in the NVMe specification. So how do we make sure that we test those properly? There's a lot of ways in the NVMe specification where a host system, and also us kind of acting as a tester, can check and see what features an SSD product claims to support. Now, of course, sometimes those things are documented in a data sheet, but the writers of the NVMe specifications have also put a lot of effort to make sure that a drive itself can, in effect, advertise to whatever host system it's plugged into. It can advertise what features it supports.
Each NVMe features starts as a technical proposal, or TP. As the TPs are approved and adopted into the NVMe specification, the Interop and Compliance Committee reviews the TP and what needs to be tested and works with the UNH-IOL to implement test cases into the compliance test.
Now, as new features are added to the specification, one of the things that we do at UNH-IOL is review the new portions of the specification. We'll have some discussion, get those test cases approved, and then we'll get to work on implementing those test cases. That's writing test scripts and integrating them into our test tools.
The interop test cases check to ensure a feature is supported before testing that particular feature. A key requirement is that if a product claims to support an optional feature, it has to implement that feature correctly.
And then we go about testing out the tests. That's testing against early product samples that we have in our lab and also running those tests at Plugfest. So thanks everyone for watching. It's always exciting to talk about something like NVMe that's been getting so much interest over the last few years. A really exciting space, and so many interesting applications, from the laptop that you're watching this on, all the way to huge data centers where we see NVMe being used. So for more information or for other videos like this, please visit us online, www.iol.unh.edu, and follow us for up-to-date information on NVMe and testing in all kinds of different technologies.